Rousey, and I'm here with the entertainment of the 80s. This decade started out with the fitness craze, starting with Jane Fonda's fitness videos. Then we had a lot of blockbuster hits this decade, starting with E.T., which brought in $435 million, Return of the Jedi, which brought in $309 million, and The Empire Strikes Back, which brought in $290 million. Michael Jackson has been popular during this decade with his big hits Thriller, Billie Jean, and Smooth Criminal, which were all released in the 80s. Today I'm going to be interviewing Michael Jackson. Let's hit it. Hi, I'm here with 80's Entertainment. Today on set in our studio we have Michael Jackson. Hi, how are you?
Well, I think I'm doing really great. How are you?
Very well. So I'd like to ask you about your childhood. How was growing up as a part of the Jackson 5?
Jackson 5 growing up, I like to say it was always on the road, always on the go, always trying to, be creative and stuff. My brother Jerome, of course, definitely one of my role models, taught me everything I know about music. And like I said, he taught me a lot, and I have him to thank for my music career.
All right. So I know lately you've had a lot of growing success. The Thriller album, tell me about that.
Well, Thriller, probably one of my favorites. Definitely a lot of interaction went into that. A lot of, definitely put a lot of myself in there. Definitely wanted to see if we can break a lot of, just racial barriers, that had to go on with music. We came up with it back in '82, released it in '83, and I think it was a great success. Won me 8 Grammys and 7 American Music Awards. So
that is very impressive. I know everyone here today would like to see a special dance move. Can you moonwalk for us?
Me? Moonwalk?
Yes.
Of course, that is like my specialty. Would you like to see it?
Of course.
Okay. But are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Yes. Woo! Wow, that was awesome. Thanks for tuning in with us here today on 80's Entertainment. Catch you next time.
Hey guys, my name's Reston. I'm going to talk to you about consumerism in the 80s. It brought along the era of Pac-Man and Cabbage Patch Kids, where little girls could pretend to adopt their children, to later realize that it was absolutely awful. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out around the end. That's really it.
Hi, I'm Caleb Ripple, and I'm with sports. Today, USA upset Soviets in the Olympic hockey game 4-3 when they did not think they were going to win because the last game they lost 10-3. And November 23rd, 1984, Doug Flute's Hail Mary win 45-41 to win, also winning the Heisman later that year. May 7th, 1989, Michael Jordan hit a buzzer beater shot, beating Cleveland 101-100 to win the championship in November.
Hi, I'm Savannah with healthcare events in the 1980s. First off, corporations began to integrate into the hospital system. There was also a big shift towards privatization and corporatization of healthcare. In 1980s, Robert Langer develops the foundation of today's controlled drug delivery technology. And then 1981, the MRI scanner was introduced. 1982, the first permanent artificial heart implant happened. And then 1985, implantable cardioverter defibrillator approved, and that was by Mitchell Marowski. In 1987, deep brain electrical stimulation system was introduced by Alan Lewis Bernabid. And then 1987, the first laser surgery on the human cornea by Stephen Trokel happened. And then September 1982, the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention uses the term AIDS, or acquired immune deficiency syndrome, for the first time, describing the mysterious pneumonia-like infections.
Welcome to the Technology Show. Today we're going to talk about the Walkman. Just last week, Sony just got reports that the Walkman has now sold over 200,000 units. Our kids up from grade 7 up until grade 12 are now walking around with these things hooked to their hips, blaring music, and ignoring our parents. It has proven it sold more units in per week than the VCR back in '81 and the CD unit back in '82. We also just got word that Motorola and AT&T just recently sold over 2.5 million units for the new mobile phone that came out just in '83. We also have rumors that PlayStation is going to be creating it's going to be the newer unit for selling games. Now, if this is all true, I do not know. All we know is that back in '80, Space Invaders and Pac-Man came out, and they're saying that this would be a more reliable source and be able to have these at your homes instead of on an arcade. Back in '85, the NES broke all records when it came to selling video games. They recovered for this. Selling the NES broke all records and also recovered them from the bankrupt that came back in '83 and '84. That is it for today. All in all, I want to bring in a guest speaker. We're going to be talking about what's now just came out, the Rubik's Cube and Cabbage Patch. Yeah. I'm here with Erno Rubik's, who has just now sold over 500,000 units for the new Rubik's Cube that came out in 1980. Now tell us, Erno, what made you want to make the Rubik's Cube?
Well, I was playing with blocks, and I got really frustrated because they wouldn't stay together, and I just put a ball inside it and started turning things.
So why don't you explain to us how the Rubik's Cube works? What I've heard is that it's just a little swivel, right?
Yes, it's a swivel, and it's a 3x3 cube, 3x3x3 cube, and it has one color per side, and you twist it, and it gets all jumbled. And then your goal is to put it back together.
Now,
Don't take the stickers off.
We've had problems with that. Now, one of the questions that one of our workers in the back has asked is, why is it that the whole main purpose of it is to solve the Rubik's Cube? You have each side one certain color, correct?
Yes.
Now, why do you sell them like that? Why not just sell them pre-mumble jumbled, so you say?
Because memory. You either do it yourself, jumble it up and see if you can use your mind and remember how you did it, or you give it to a friend and you see if you can see what they're doing. It's spatial reasoning skills.
It's very smart. Now, how effective do you think the Rubik's Cube was?
Considering how much we've sold, it's pretty effective.
I like it. Anyways, there you have it. Give a big round of hand for Erno Rubik over here.
I'm Joanna. Today on the news we are going to go over two major weather disasters in the 1980s. Looking back at our decade, it has been tragic. In the beginning of June 1980, a very unusual circulation pattern created a very hot and dry condition, including the U.S. Southwest, Southern Plains, Southeast, and Southeast. The damage cost $20 billion to the agricultural costs. As for the total rainfall, in June, it was lower than during the Dust Bowl years. The hot, dry conditions persisted until late September. The average high for the month in July was 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Between 500 and 10,000 people died to health complications from the devastating heat. Our next tragic weather condition was the Hurricane Allen on July 31st, 1980.
Hello, I'm Sam Wolf, and today I will be talking about foreign affairs in the 1980s. The 1980s were full of many foreign affairs. The main concern of the 1980s was communism and winning the Cold War. So that was our main focus. Another side thing that happened was the invasion of Grenada. So the Grenada was a island in the Caribbean, And what happened was there was an assault, and a radical group had murdered the Prime Minister of Grenada, named Maurice Bishop. And the U.S. deployed the Navy SEALs, the Marines, and many different airborne divisions to eliminate the threat.